Guardian. This is me expressing that I'm infuriated but not crazy. This is my blog, the table of contents, etc. Now, what this concerns is a parcel delivered to me by FedEx. It's from Microsoft. And it concerns, go down to this book, a book that I recently published called The Tax Guardian. It's been on the market since about, here it is, the 1st of August. It's postings from my blog from February of 09 to February of 11 this year. It has things in here like the war surtax, the road to hell, which is deficit financing, the dysfunctional Congress, which means that the Republicans are blocking tax reform in the Congress. Also, like down here, the moment of truth. That is a report by the National Commission on Fiscal Responsibility and Reform. It's also called Simpson-Boyles. Now, it isn't the truth, because they claim that the debt to GDP, or gross domestic product, was at the time 62%. But it wasn't, it was 94%. I point out the parts that were good and the parts that were bad and the parts that were missing. Now, there's a lot of things in here like David Stockman is right, etc. But I have not sold any copies of this book. My own resources are limited. But what happened is when I purchased, the package that I purchased from Publishing Company gave me 12 free books, and I sent them out to different people. Now, the first one here I sent to, or the one book I sent here to President Obama, since he is the central figure, and I asked him if he had any comment or criticism. If and when he does, I will post it here on my blog, this blank spot right here. But now the other 10 books I sent to 10 millionaires and billionaires and asked for a donation. Actually, what my goal is to create a nonprofit organization to act as a tax guardian for the U.S. and extend it to other countries of the world. Now, I asked them for a donation, and I'm going to only talk about one person right now. That is Bill Gates. He returned my book, and that's what's here in this package sent to me by Microsoft. But the reason I sent it to him and asked for a donation is because he is the number 1 or number 2 richest man in the world. He has a net worth of $52 billion, and he says he wants to give away half of his wealth, or 50%. And what he did is he sent this, he returned the book that I sent him. And he sent me this letter, and I want to read it to you. Dear Mr. Picca, we have recently received your book that you sent to Bill Gates. Under Microsoft corporate policy, the company cannot accept unsolicited submissions of gifts, technologies, or related materials. According to this policy, we're unable to accept your gift. Again, we appreciate your interest and wish you success in your endeavors. Now I'll tell you why this is an ingenuine excuse, is because I never sent the book to the Microsoft Corporation or solicited any donation from them. It was directly to Bill Gates. As a matter of fact, the letter I sent him was addressed to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, so he could funnel a donation to me through his foundation, or he could do it directly. So this barrier that he put between him and me is bogus. Now, what I want to tell you is this is not the first book or letter that I sent to Bill Gates. Go down here to the 4 billionaires that speak out. One of them is Bill Gates, and I was commenting on some statements they made on tax issues or tax reform. Now here it is right here. No, but a little bit further. That's one of it. This letter I sent him on May 3rd this year, which is about 5 months ago. Now here's the letter. Dear Mr. Bill Gates, I heard you say on ABC, good morning, to balance the budget, taxes are going to have to go up. Now that's true. But you gave no specifics. And George Stephanopoulos failed to ask. So I would like to know what taxes, estate, gift, income, capital gains, dividends, the corporate, war surtax, wealth, etc., and how much, and I will post your answer on my website. Now listen, I want to continue here. I am also sending you my book, thetaxguardian.com, to read. I have sold no copies. Actually, this is a corrected letter. I told them originally I sold 2 copies, which was not true. I checked my account, and I haven't sold any copies. And that was published in July of 2009. That's about 2 years, more than 2 years ago. Do you agree with it? I will post your answer on my website. Now here's the book the first book that I sent him. It's the Tax Guardian. It's posting from my blog from January of 08 to January of 09. Now it has such things in here as, like, for example, the budget debit deception. You know, Bush claimed that his tax cuts, particularly on the wealthy, would or did lower federal budget deficits. But what he didn't tell you is that he was looting the paid-in Social Security surplus trust fund off budget to pay for the Iraq and the Afghanistan wars. So that was the budget debt gap. I mean, the difference between what the national debt increased in what year and the deficit. Now, it has other things in here like the too bad U.S. trends, etc. But listen, let me finish this letter. I don't have time to go into this any further. Let me finish this letter here. Where am I? Okay, now, maybe you could become a book sponsor. Now, you see right here, I'm not talking to the Microsoft Corporation, I'm talking to him, between him and me. I also will send you my new book, The Tax Guardian. This one, as soon as it is published. I have proposed a number of tax increases to reduce the deficit. Also, you said if people have ideas that we could spend it, referring to your foundation's resources, better, I would like to get that. Now, my answer to that was, I actually do. I believe you should make a contribution to my website, The Tax Guardian, so I can break through the mass media blockade and enlighten the public. Check it out. I mentioned you as one of the 4 billionaires that speak out. Do you agree or disagree with this posting? So far, I've got no response from Warren Buffett, Ross Perot, Peter G. Peterson, Pat Robertson, Al Gore, Charlie Rose, Lee Iacocca, Michael H. Bloomberg, and most of the top newscasters and magazine and newspapers editors I've been totally ignored. I've gotten the impression that the rich and the super rich don't want to reform the tax code or pay more taxes. You need to decide if this information provided by my website and my book is good or bad for the American people. I hope to hear from you. You could make a difference. Now let's go back here. This was the first letter and the first book that I sent him. I know that he received it because, go up here back to the first letter, the second letter. That's right under the book title. I know he received the book because I got postal confirmation of delivery. That is right up here. Okay, right here someplace. There it is. Now on August the 23rd this year, I sent another, this is a copy of my second letter that I sent with this book. Now here it is. Dear Mr. Bill Gates, I'm sending you a copy of my new book, The Tax Guardian, with this letter. If you wish to respond to my letter dated May the 3rd, 2011, I have a contact page at the end of my internet blog. You also have my email and mailing address. My purpose is clearly stated in my letter. I stated in my first letter I sold 2 books. That was an error. I have sold none. Is being suppressed by mainstream media. Is it in the best interest of the U.S. to ignore these 2 books or put it out so people can decide? You can make a difference. Now, I have posted this letter on my blog. If you answer, I will post it on my blog. Now, I would be willing to discuss taxes with you in a video to be played on my website, but it would require a contribution. Now, the book that I'm talking to right here is this. He sent it back, which is proof that the super wealthy do not want to change the tax code. They do not respond to what is right and fair. I consider this a contemptuous. This return is a contempt. But what I'm trying to do is to change the tax code so that everybody pays their full share, and particularly the wealthy. And that is why we have protests from New York to Los Angeles, over 250 cities, and around the world. And I'm running out of time here, so what I want to say is, for more information, you can check out my website. It's The Tax Guardian. Thank you.